Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're watching this, I'm going to go through how Arsenal can beat Newcastle in, let's be honest, it's a must-win game. It is a must-win game this Saturday. No, sorry, this Sunday. 4:30 is a must-win game, right? Obviously, we're going to be boosted by the news. Saliba signed a new contract. That's amazing. Good news, some feel-good factor. Obviously, we beat Port Vale 2-0. Don't really want to talk too much about that. I mean, it was good to see a more... funny that we're playing Port Vale and then he plays a more attacking lineup. To be expected, low league opposition. Yeah, I won't talk too much about the Port Vale match. We're here to talk about Newcastle. So Newcastle, what's Arsenal's record against Newcastle at St James Park? Well, we've lost their back-to-back. We've lost their back-to-back 1-0. Isak scored last season. Gordon scored that goal, which many would say shouldn't have been allowed 2 seasons ago. Yeah, our record there ain't great. I mean, and prior to that, we won 2-0. I remember that game. Odegaard scored a long-range goal. Martinelli scored. I believe it was an own goal when we were chasing the title in 22-23 season. Season before that, we got beat, I think 3-0. Yeah, 3-0. When we were trying to get the Champions League and Spurs pipped us to it. So Newcastle, St James's Park is not a place that we like to travel to. Let's be honest. And we know what Newcastle are going to do. They're passion merchants. They're going to come out. They're going to press us high. They're going to make the game compact. They're going to want us to play everything right in front of them. If we try and go direct, they got really big, strong centre backs who are going to relish an aerial battle fighting against Gyökeres. So the question is, how do we beat them? How do we beat a team like Newcastle? Well, for starters, Barcelona beat them. I know they conceded chances, but Barcelona beat them without Lamine Yamal. And this is the thing. This is one of the things I want to stress about Newcastle. They're a tough team to beat. Tonali, Joe Linton, and his name escapes me. Bruno. That's a very, very strong midfield. You know, a good thing because Tonali can play. You know, Bruno can play. Joe Linton is just a thug. I'm sorry, he is. He's just a thug, right? But it's effective, and I just know. Yeah, I just know how they're gonna set up. I think the way we beat them is just we've got to honestly not be predictable. I think what's interesting is, and I know that's so basic, but sometimes it's just plain and simple, not be predictable. Eddie Howe, he knows what Arteta's gonna do. He knows Arteta is gonna be cautious. He knows Arteta is gonna want to play everything right in front of him. He knows that. He knows that. Especially at Old Trafford. He knows in those types of games, Arteta's going to like to up for control. Control. I think for once, we should not go there to control. I think we should definitely go there to be defensively solid, but we should be going there to spring on them on counterattacks. Right? I think for starters, don't play Marino and Rice. Please, Arteta, don't play them. You played them there last season and we lost 1-0. We were terrible. Absolutely terrible. I think a key man for us is going to be Declan Rice. I mean, questions are to be asked about who's going to play centrally. Is Odegaard going to be fit? If he's not fit, play Eze there. Please, play Eze there. Do not do Marino, Rice and Zubimendi. I beg you, please don't do it. Obviously, Saka's going to start. I think Martinelli's probably done enough to start. Yeah, like it's interesting. Will he play Ethan? I know he started against Port Vale. I don't think so. But I think if we're really gonna go against Newcastle, I don't think the trying to bypass the press by hitting the ball long and letting Gyökeres play target. I don't think that's gonna work against their centre backs. And I know what they're gonna try. They're gonna force Arsenal narrow. They're going to make the game really narrow, and then we're going to get the ball to our fullbacks. They're going to be on the touchline. They're going to have 3 men on the wingers, and then it's going to be recycled side to side. So what does that mean? I actually think how we can beat them, Declan Rice, if you play Declan Rice and Eze in midfield. Why am I saying this? I think all we need are players who are going to run beyond Gyökeres. If you watch the way Newcastle play, they are perfect. Look at how they knocked us out in Carabao, home and away. Look at how they beat us 1-0. And even when we beat 1-0 at our ground last season, at the nice long range strike by Declan Rice, but what do you call that? You call that a midfielder making a run, arriving into the box and then smashing it on the edge of the box, right? But I think what's really going to, and plus Newcastle had a lot of players missing. I think what's really going to help us is players just willing to run with the ball. Because I think the problem with Arsenal is that we tend to be too static. Against City, we're too static. And I think a lot of that has to do with the personnel that's playing, but also with the instruction. Because even when Eze came on, he was trying to move, make stuff happen. I want to see Rice. I want to see Declan Rice do what he's good at doing. Making runs, roaming, moving. Even if you have to go beyond Gyökeres. Because I think Newcastle are going to expect a physical battle with Gyökeres. That's fine. But if the two centre backs are occupying themselves with trying to contain Gyökeres, but you have Rice consistently making runs, that's going to cause problems. I think a lot has been said about this whole handbrake off stuff and whatnot in terms of player personnel, but I think it's also down to style. I think we've got to really utilize Rice. I want to see more Declan Rice. He's not started the season well. I know he's got some assists from set pieces and yeah, he's set piece, but I don't think he started off the season well, which is okay. I'm gonna do a video on him later. Last season he was also a slow starter. Obviously, his first season he was amazing, but I really think he's gonna play a key part. If I remember some of the game last season, Declan Rice probably had some of our better chances of the small chances we created against them last season. I remember the headed chance he had right at the end where he definitely should have done better. I remember an opportunity where he got the ball and just drove. He ran, and then he got a shot, it got a deflection, led to a corner. I think I need to see more of that. This is how you beat this Newcastle team. We've got players with technical ability who can run and move with the ball. And for me, the annoying thing is we don't do that enough. Saka can do that. Martinelli not so much. He needs to run into space behind. Saka can do that. Eze can do that. Rice can do that. Arteta, let them do that. And I think another way we can beat them is our fullbacks need to overlap. We need to get our fullbacks forward. Newcastle play with high fullbacks, so there's going to be space. There's going to be space to exploit. They use their fullbacks, right? I think Timber and Calafiori, they're good going forward. It's no surprise that the tide started to turn, not just with the substitutions in the second half against Man City, but with the fullbacks actually being allowed to go forward. So I think Arteta's going to need to. Newcastle are a good team, but I'm sick and tired of us showing too much respect. Right? You got these teams in the league, they're good, but we're better than them. Like, we are better than them. And I'm sorry, this is a ground, if you want to win the league, this is a ground you need to go to and win. Liverpool went there and won. They won. Yeah, down to 10 men, but they won. They got the job done. If you're going to win the league, you need to be going to grounds like this to win. I think Declan Rice is going to play such a massive part. Eze needs to play a part. Arteta. And I'm sorry, we need to kill. I don't know what narrative. Maybe he may be running, but bro, Eze played for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, they're one of the most compact, defensively solid. They're one of the best teams off the ball in the league in terms of the shape they keep. So I'm sorry, I'm not having this whole Eze. The reason why Ødegaard starts over Eze in the 10 when he's playing is because of what he gives us off the ball. Eze can do that off the ball. He did it for Crystal Palace. He can. It's just we need that ability when you get the ball and we want to spring on Newcastle. We just need that killer pass. Eze can do that. So I think runners, midfield runners, not just people willing to take on, dribble past players in midfield, but people willing to run beyond Gyökeres, just to give that option. I think just a bit more variety in our attacking play, and we can definitely beat Newcastle. I saw them against Barcelona. Yeah, they had some chances, but this is a team that is goal shy. That's not creating a lot. To be fair, Newcastle actually do create some chances. They just need to take them. I think we've got a defense that can shut them out. Yeah, like I think if you're asking me predictions, I mean it's a must win. I think we can go there and keep a clean sheet. I think Newcastle, they've been goal shy this season. They clearly miss Isak. Go and make him pay for that. Go make him pay for that. I hear this Walter Marde is a decent player. I know he likes to drop deep. That could be a problem for Gabriel and for Saliba, but I think the blueprint to beat Newcastle is not so complex, and I think that's the thing for me as a fan. I think that's the thing for it's not complex. Maybe unless guys help me out. Am I being overly simple? I don't think it's that complex. I don't think it's that complex as to how you can really get the best out of us against a team like Newcastle. We're a better team than them. I think we just need to we need to number one play the best personnel, but number two we need to actually play in a way that actually showcases the best of our technical ability. Because when it's if it's technical ability, we'll bop them off the park. We got much more technicians in the pitch than them. So I think we just need to make that count. And I also want to see a bit more crosses as well, man. You can get some. Yeah, Newcastle got strong defense, but we've got really, really good crossers of the ball. Saka is a great crosser of the ball. Declan Rice is a great crosser of the ball. Eze is a good crosser of the ball in terms of his. We've got guys who can whip a ball in. Zubimendi is a decent crosser of the ball, man. Like I think we need to see more of that. I'm surprised we don't get. I'm surprised we don't do enough of that in our in the way we play. So here's that. That's really how. And it may be simple, but that's honestly how we beat Newcastle. I think our midfielders we're just going to need to be a bit braver off the ball in terms of being willing to make that run in behind Gyökeres and also dribbling ability. Actually get the ball and bypass the press by just running, moving. So yeah, guys, let's hope that we win. I can see us winning this match 2-0. I know it's not going to be easy, but let's take advantage of Newcastle whilst they're goal shy. But then again, I say this. They were goal shy at the time we played them last season. They were on like a winless run and they beat us and that kickstarted something. So yeah, let's hope that that's not the case. Anyways, guys, yeah, take care. And yeah, hopefully I'll be talking to you after, after a win. Let's hope for that. Anyways, guys, take care.